you, along with Elizabeth. Mike, let's start with you, though. Do you think that these other social media apps that many are flocking to, the fallout from the TikTok ban, the app, and others owned by the Chinese company ByteDance going dark overnight? Let's take a deeper look into all of this and what's next for the more than 100 million U.S. users, content creators, and more impacted by this. Let's go back to Elizabeth Schulze, who is joining us once again, an ABC News contributor, Mike Muse, a Google Tech Policy Fellow, an expert on all things. Mike Muse, great to have you, along with Elizabeth. Mike, let's start with you, though. Do you think that these other social media apps that many are flocking to, we were talking about Red Note and others, could actually become as popular as TikTok?
Well, first, good morning, everyone. And Elizabeth and I are twinning right now, so good morning, Elizabeth. They absolutely can be as popular, but that's such a great question because it really goes to the fundamental question of, does Congress understand technology, and what exactly is Congress attempting to do with this ban? Because of the fact that we're going to start seeing more tech applications, social media applications coming to the forefront, because one thing we know about American users is they love to be early adopters on social media apps in order to build their followers quicker and to gain more of a massive following when you're first in. And so the American government has got to come clear on what is it they're trying to regulate. Is it content moderation? Is it the fear of having our foreign adversaries be involved in content manipulation? Well, we've already seen that with our foreign adversaries on Twitter, now known as X, as well as on Facebook. And so for me, the law was never really clear on what the U.S. was intending to do.
Elizabeth, let's turn to you because there are so many content creators right now who are really making a living on TikTok. Do we have any idea what will happen to them? We're talking about sponsorships, all of that. They're even their customers because we have small businesses that are there too.
No question, Gio. And big picture, TikTok is a contributor to the overall American economy. The company says it adds about $15 billion to small business revenue per year. It supports more than 200,000 jobs. A lot of the content creators on the platform do already have accounts on some of the US competitors that exist out there already. So think of Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Snapchat Spotlight. Those sponsorships that those content creators have will also need to find a new home if TikTok stays banned. And analysts think that about $8 billion in those advertising revenues on TikTok would need to move to other platforms. Almost half of that, guys, could end up going over to Meta-owned platforms. So Meta could emerge as a big winner here. One reality, though, about TikTok is that algorithm has really kept users hooked on the platform for longer than some of those competitors. So far, they haven't really been able to replicate that. And that has really made it coveted, not just among advertisers, younger targeted demographic.
Those are really great points that you just, Elizabeth. And Mike, I want to bring you back in. I'm sad that you aren't matching with me. So when you were talking before about the manipulation with the algorithm and things like that, some could say that that's why we are seeing this law extend to Chinese-owned social media apps beyond TikTok, but not to those commerce sites like Shein and Temu that we see that are so popular. But the question I want to ask you, Mike, is why then don't we have these American-owned apps or things that can compete or that can bring in the revenue? And why are people now turning to Red Note, say, versus an American version of that? Why don't we have that as an option?
Those are all great questions that you asked, Janae. And in particular, TikTok's attorney at the Supreme Court was asking that exact same question when he said that this law does not have an inclusionary law to include those e-commerce sites exactly that you just mentioned. And for me, Janae, if national security is the real crux of this, why is President Biden, through his press secretary, saying that they will not enforce any of the regulatory punishment that would happen to app stores like the Google Play Store if they were to continue using TikTok? Also, too, if national security is such a biggest threat, why is President Trump's income administration signaling that they're willing to work with TikTok if it was actually national security, which leads us today to believe that is politics in play or is national security into play, which is what Elizabeth and you are actually saying in terms of no U.S. company as of now has found the stickiness that the algorithm that TikTok has that makes American users want to stay in there so long. Instagram Live has that moment and Reels does, but it doesn't have that hold on it the way that TikTok does because it's organic content of recommendation, whereas the other social media apps have so many products and tools that Americans has to use in order to gain more followers, in order to be promoted in the app, is what frustrates so many American users. So, Janae, that is the million or billion-dollar question that needs to be asked in terms of how to keep American users more sticky in the platforms.
All right. Well, Trump promised to address this directly after his inauguration tomorrow, so we'll see what happens this week. Mike News, Elizabeth Schulze, thank you so much for your insight this morning here.
Well, I gotta fix.
As many as 170 million users are watching the clock on TikTok in the US. In about 32 hours, it's supposed to be outlawed by a bipartisan law. The Supreme Court upheld that ban today. They sided with the US government over national security concerns that the app stays under Chinese ownership. But today, the Biden administration signaled it's not going to enforce the ban come Sunday, leaving it to the next administration, which of course takes power on Monday. Here's President Biden a short time ago.
What's your take on the TikTok decision today, sir?
Well, the next president, Donald Trump, has been working on an executive order to delay the ban, according to sources. The president-elect posting today that he spoke with Chinese President Xi Jinping about the app, which he actually wanted to ban himself at one point. TikTok CEO is already showing his gratitude with, of course, a TikTok video.
I want to thank President Trump for his commitment to work with us to find a solution that keeps TikTok available in the United States. We are grateful and pleased to have the support of a president who truly understands our platform, one who has used TikTok to express his own thoughts and perspectives, connecting with the world and generating more than 60 billion views of his content in the process.
Let's turn now to CNN chief media analyst Brian Stelter. Okay, Brian, here's the thing. What happens on Sunday when people click on the TikTok icon on their phone?
Initially, at least until a few hours ago, my impression was that the Apple App Store, the Google App Store, would have to remove the TikTok app. So if you wanted to download it for the first time, you couldn't. If you still already have the app on your phone, it would just continue to function like normal. But like a car that's running out of gas, it would start to break down and stop functioning over time. However, Brian, I've changed my thought on this in the last few hours. Now that the Biden administration has said they're not going to enforce the law on Sunday, I don't think users are going to see a change on Sunday unless ByteDance, the owner of TikTok, wants to send a message by telling its users, hey, this app is in trouble. Americans are trying to shut us down. Take action. Pressure your politicians. But frankly, they've already achieved that through lobbying action, through influencers. TikTok has pressured politicians, including Trump, and seems to be winning. They seem to have the wind at their backs right now as they try to get this ban reversed. So, it is possible there could be several different outcomes on Sunday and Monday, but I think for the time being, because Trump has signaled that he wants to negotiate some way out of this, users' experience will probably not change this weekend.
So how does that work? Because Trump told our Pamela Brown this morning he'll be making the decision on TikTok. He's signaling that, as you said. How might he stop it from being banned, or does he just sort of like buy it time?
Yeah, find an American buyer and then convince the Chinese owners to sell it to that American buyer. Let someone let's just think of someone who's close to Trump, maybe Elon Musk. There are already bids out there from Frank McCourt and Kevin O'Leary, for example. O'Leary of Shark Tank fame has been on this network talking about his bid for TikTok. The issue has been that ByteDance, the Chinese owners, do not want to sell. That's what they've said all along. They do not want to give up any part of TikTok. Will that change under President Trump? Will he have more persuasive powers? Will he come at this differently? That's a big question. What we know is that this is all happening because of Trump 5 years ago calling for a ban. And the reason the Congress enacted this law and wanted it to go into effect on Sunday was precisely to avoid a situation where Trump would try to repeal it, right? This law's timing was on purpose before the inauguration. But now it seems a lot of Democrats don't want to take the blame for this. Biden, Chuck Schumer, they don't want to be blamed for TikTok going down. And so this is being punted to Trump. And I think we know one thing for sure. Trump cares deeply about his popularity. He loves knowing that he has lots of fans on TikTok. He's been crediting TikTok with helping him win re-election. So he seems to have a real change of heart about TikTok, partly for personal reasons.
Yeah, it also seems that China can benefit from a bunch of disgruntled Americans who are mad that TikTok is banned, that there's a bit of a win-win there too. But I wonder if it is banned and you start seeing people, we've been talking to content creators and they gravitate towards other apps. What do you think about some of these other apps that have gained popularity?
It's a little bit like going from broadcast TV with only 3 channels to cable TV with 300. There's not going to be any one winner if TikTok does disappear in the US. There will be a number of different apps. Right now, it's startups, mostly Chinese-owned startups, that are winning the race. If you look at the Apple App Store, look on your phone right now, look at the top free apps. You'll see mostly Chinese-owned apps, including one from ByteDance. You'll also see startups like Flip that I frankly had not heard of a week ago that are trying to capitalize on this. There are lots of different flavors, but there's no one TikTok alternative. Here's the other thing I've noticed, Brown, when I look at these alternatives, when I look at the conversations about this law and about the national security concerns, the politicians and the experts who say that TikTok is a threat, who are concerned about China's influence, their voices are barely being heard right now. Their voices are missing from the conversation. They're certainly not showing up in your TikTok feed. So it seems to me the people that are calling for this ban to be reversed are winning in the public conversation. The people that have real national security concerns, they seem to be losing right now.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if people do end up going towards other apps. It's sort of like out of the fire into a bunch of different frying pans. And how is that going to work? Brian, thank you so much. It's really interesting to see how this is going to play out.
Could you, hold up. Yes. Back in the building with another podcast vlog. This is Raw Dope Podcast Vlog, and I'm your host, Hand 5000. And in my famous words, and what I like to say to get my people going, good morning. What's happening? As you can see, man, I'm tapping into the TikTok ban, and some people TikTok's still working for, some people it's absolutely not. The day Donald Trump inauguration, then after he's in the office Tuesday, he'll get straight to the TikTok thing. How do y'all feel about the ban of TikTok? I feel like if the United States ain't eating off TikTok, we don't want it. You know what I mean? TikTok easy to come up on, and it's just too simple. And if the Chinese people are like 10 years ahead of us, and is they using that intelligence from TikTok to get with us? If they looking at that TikTok to get with us. I don't know. I like it's too many restrictions on TikTok for me. But TikTok is a good app. The kids love it. Dudes is making tons of money off the app. The app is lovely. But you know what I mean? If you don't get in compliance with the states, hey, forget about it. I got TikTok. Go to Raw Dope Podcast on TikTok, but I don't stay on it like that. I know dudes that was hitting millions on TikTok. You're a little risky in the basement. A little risky in the little basement studio. Ooh, that went blowing out that motherfucker. Ooh. Jesus. That went blowing. Ooh. Get a little breeze in here. Where my people at? Get a little breeze in here. All right. So, TikTok has ticked out for now. But I think TikTok will be back. You know what I mean? They'll get in compliance. The United States trying to get in on it. Not like that fresh water when you first wake up in the morning. All right. So, Trump's inauguration is the day he's been inaugurated in the office. Biden takes his fly out. But this TikTok thing has got Americans in the ghetto and an uproar. But I'm saying there's better apps than TikTok, like Bigo, Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube. You know what I mean? TikTok's for kids. And I think it is dangerous because all the kids get on there and take a man, I don't know. I don't really care too much for TikTok. But you know what I mean? If it's gonna save the American people and stop us from terrorist attacks, I'm with it. You feel me? And we in the 7 o'clock hour. We got to wake and baby. We got some hot topics. We got to listen to the girl, Wendy Williams. And then one of Diddy accusers stepped up and spoke out. Ooh. Dang. Dang. And gang raped her because she said he had Tupac killed. You know what I mean? I could get in my mojo once I wake and bake. See, I wake and bake after I've been on YouTube for a minute. Jessica Jackson, they canceled my time and date till tomorrow because the new snow in PA, homie, is Frank. Okay. Okay, Frank. So my man Frank back with me. They cancel your turn in date. That's a good thing, Frank. My man. My man. So you in here. You in here. You still got to get in the joint. I need you in the joint, Frank. When you come home, I'm going to make you a model. And then you get with me as soon as you come home, man. You know what I mean? You could call me from the joint, Frank. I'll send you my number. Call me from the joint. I mean, I hate blunts that got little holes in it. I don't feel like that right now. I need to smoke. I need to smoke. I need a good piece of blunt, too. It was snowing yesterday. Snow wasn't bad, but I wouldn't have slid nowhere, but I just need that good. I need a good blunt this morning before I get in these topics. I need a good one, like that one that I gotta put together right. Oh wow, oh yep, you is a mod on your account. That's right, bro. You absolutely right. That's what I'm saying. See that I'm so much of a real G that I always top of the morning. I'm at the top of the morning, Frank. The way as though I always like to look out for the modders, mod squad. The mod squad keep them haters off my page and keep me respected. And the mod squad, we gonna break 1,000 this morning. I'm sorry about that. I don't usually do that, but it's like I'm rushing. I got a lot going on. I got some devastating things. I want something very, 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 very alarming happened to me. So I gotta get out and about. So I was late this morning, and I wasn't late for no reason. You can just blame my girlfriend. Sometimes that warm body, and you be stressed out. You just don't want to get up. And that's why I say me and Bae gonna take a trip very soon. I'm gonna tell her, listen, this is the first vacation that we gonna go on when we go out. I'm telling you now that you can jump in the rental car and you could go ahead when we first land and get on the airport. You can go ahead and go shopping. And I ain't saying that I'm leaving my lady out there by herself, but if we in a nice area and there's a mall right there, go ahead, girl. Take your time and go in every store, cause I'm gonna go lay in this bed. And when I lay in this bed, you know what I'm saying, I ain't answering the phone. I'm gonna watch TV 2 hours of sleep and let me get that good 15, 16 hours worth of sleep. And I'm gonna party like a rock star. Because, bro, like the way of the world today, if they didn't make this cannabis stuff, we all be doing the wrong drug. I promise you, bro, we all be alcoholics, bro, because if this cannabis didn't exist, I will probably be doing time with my man Frank. You know what I mean? I probably tell myself, man, for a big charge. Because this is not a joke. This is not a joke to it, what's going on out here. And it's very, very mind-boggling and nerve-wracking. And I'm gonna tell y'all, it's so cold outside that I know y'all just seen me get up. I know y'all just seen me get up and close this window. I got to get so cold in Baltimore that usually the window give it to me. But hey, I ain't gonna do it. I can't do it, y'all. I cannot do it, y'all. That motherfucker got cold just as soon as I was hot. Like that cooled me off like a hot fire. Like real talk, man. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. We in the building. So now I'm pumped up. Me coming heat on. I'm pumped up. So the TikTok ban. Who cares? I do. And when they unban TikTok, I'm gonna start working hard on TikTok. But let me tell y'all this. Diddy Accuser speaks out. So a girl steps up to the plate, says she's not a rapper, singer, dancer. She says she didn't even get raped because of no music shit, no day parties, nothing. She said that she was raped because she told the word was out that she said that Diddy had Tupac killed. Yeah, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, I get on my laptop. Okay, cool, Frank. You my man. My mom. Shout out to the Mod Squad in the building. Candy Can, Frank. Shout out to the Mod Squad. All right, let's get into this. I used to be a little bit more lit in the morning, but I'm going through something, y'all. And I promise you, I put this together for the kindness of my heart. I already put this together. Okay, I want to go Diddy first. I don't have my computer ain't been charged in so long, bro. I'll be doing my computer wrong. Now we're gonna get in this and we're gonna build in this. Here it is. Here it is. Y'all listen to it first, and I'll get to y'all. If you just stepped in here, please hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. You just tapped in the Raw Dope Podcast, the rawest and dopest interviews on the planet. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. We got the TikTok ban, we got Donald Trump's inauguration, we got Wendy Williams speak out, and Diddy Accuser speaks out. Tap in. Tap in. If you just came in, please respect my house and speak when you come in. And the way you speak is hitting the like button. Let's go. And I'm ready to wake and bake. So if you wake and bake with me, come on. Okay. All right. There we go.
And before I say another word, you need to know two things. One, it is one woman's account laid out in a lawsuit that has not yet been proven. And two, the person being accused of these terrible things is Sean Diddy Combs, and he's denying everything. We touched on this story before, back when Ashley Parham filed a jaw-dropping lawsuit. The claims were just mystifying and overwhelming. She says that she was drugged and gang raped by Diddy and his entourage at a private home in the Bay Area back in 2018. She says after the gang rape, she slashed Diddy with a knife and was shot at by either Diddy or a member of the entourage before narrowly escaping with her life. She then says she was rescued by a neighbor nearby who called police, but she claims the officers who responded ignored her. I reported those details from the court filing, but now Ashley has agreed to sit down with me and detail what happened in person.
God, we ready to see
I also asked her some difficult questions about specifics in her alleged ordeal. In return, we agreed to hide her face, and she joined me earlier today along with her attorney, Ariel Mitchell. If you can, and I'm sorry these questions are so difficult. I'm following along with the affidavit for the most part. Can you tell me what happened after you say Sean Combs allegedly raped you with the TV remote? What happened after that in that bedroom with all of those people present?
They took turns raping me, and Sean Combs raped me anally. Shane Pierce also raped me, but vaginally. And the bodyguard guy, he raped me as well while Sean Combs was sitting in a chair naked, filming it and jerking off to watching me being raped.
Sean Combs was masturbating while you say the other members of his party were taking turns with you?
Yeah.
Important to note, these are accusations only at this point. They have not been proven in a court of law. It's not a criminal case. It is a civil case. And you're going to hear a full hour of our conversation tomorrow on a special edition of Banfield, including Parham's answer to a question that has nagged at me from the start. Why, after making such a daring escape, would she return and then spend the night at the scene of her harrowing gang rape and shootout? Again, Sean Combs firmly denies all of this. His attorneys gave us this statement I want to read for you in full. Quote, as the Contra Costa Sheriff's...
So, she got gang raped, right? And Diddy masturbated and watched it. But she stayed the night where she got gang raped at. Talk to me. She stayed the night where she got gang raped at. Yo, come on, y'all. She stayed the night. Even the reporter, like, I want to ask you one question. What questions that's been bothering me? Why did you stay the night where you got raped and victimized at. Man, if I was the judge, I'm dropping it. I'm dropping it. There's no way you're gonna stay nowhere where you got raped at. Yo, rape is a terrible thing, bro. Rape is a terrible thing, bro. Rape is a terrible thing. It is one of the most hateful crimes to humanity, to a man or a woman. And you telling me somebody raped you brutally and you came back and stayed the night to get more and more and more of that action? Come on. I can't wait to see that.
Department confirmed her report was thoroughly investigated and it was determined the claims were unfounded. Mr. Combs was nowhere near Orinda, California on the day she claims she was assaulted. There is no evidence that Mr. Combs was even in the same room as Ms. Parham. She is completely unbelievable, and no sane person who views the evidence will credit her story. Again, the statement from Sean Combs' attorneys. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of.
I don't believe it. That's a fucking lie. I never heard a goddamn lie before in my life. That's one of the biggest fucking lies you can hear. Ladies and gentlemen. Like, that's one of the biggest lies you could possibly hear.
Members of Combs' entourage stood by, even helped out in the assault. Afterward, she says everybody simply hung around drinking and smoking as though nothing had happened. And even though she was drugged, she says it soon wore off and that scuffles eventually broke out, during which shots were actually fired. She even claims that she slashed at Diddy with a knife. A neighbor heard the ruckus and called the police, but Parham says the officers who showed up from the Contra Costa Sheriff's Department didn't offer to help her. She says she didn't believe they ever even investigated. The department, however, says this, and I quote, "A report was taken on March 23rd, 2018. We take these cases and accusations seriously, and detectives thoroughly investigated the accusations. It was later determined the claims were unfounded." Which brings me to tonight.
Right.
Months after putting her name on a highly explicit, exhaustively detailed court filing, Ashley Parham has decided to go on national television and answer questions about it. She asked us if we could conceal her face, and we agreed. She also wanted to be joined by her attorney, Ariel Mitchell. Here's our conversation. Ashley and Ariel, thank you very much for doing this. I know this is extremely sensitive. I'll ask the questions best I can, and I'll challenge
Now
the
y'all
best I
hearing it
can,
straight up.
understanding that this is delicate information. With that in mind, Ashley, can you tell me how you first even came into contact and came to know Sean Combs?
I met a man named Shane Pierce at the bar, and outside of the bar, he had Sean Combs on a FaceTime phone call, and he overheard me saying I wasn't impressed by him and wasn't a fan, and that I thought he killed Tupac. And
y'all gonna get my full
Do you
reaction for this.
believe-
Hold up. You are a groupie, right? Listen to what I'm saying. You are a groupie. Somebody pull you up and put you on a FaceTime with Diddy. You telling me that you told Diddy, I don't fuck with you. You had Tupac killed. Yo, this is the full interview of Diddy Accuser, y'all. Just the full interview. I don't like playing, showing audio and all that. That's funny to me. You can listen to audio in 5-hour with me. The audio, I like headphones. Most of y'all got beats. So you listen to the headphones. But listen to what she's saying. Right now, I'm being lawyer, hand 5,000. I'm on the defense team right now because I'm picking her ass apart if she lied.
That's what started all of this, that perhaps Sean Combs had a grudge, just hearing that you believed he was Tupac's killer?
yeah, I think that's what started it. Because that's when he threatened me, that he was gonna come after me. And he threatened he was gonna eat my face, so I didn't take him seriously. I just thought he was a bizarre human being.
At what point did you come into actual physical contact? Did
That's
you
what I
see
wanna
him
know.
face to face for the first time? What were the circumstances?
It was when Shane Pierce had called me and he claimed he wasn't feeling well from his cancer treatment and he needed help opening his medication. So I went over there to help him out. And it turned out he was just fine and he didn't need my help. It was weird. He,
Listen, y'all. A random dude. You meet a dude, right? He put you on. Let's act this out. Hey, what up? Hey, you said Tupac. I'm gonna put you on the phone with Diddy. He killed Tupac. You saying he killed Tupac? You jump on the phone with Diddy. A random chick, $1 million Diddy, $1 billion Diddy. One fan out of 30 million people in the world that think you had something to do with Pop. Diddy hit you with, I'm gonna get you. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. Boom. After he threatens you, this guy Shane calls you up and said he needs help opening up his cancer medicine. And you go help him open up his cancer medicine. This is some goddamn. If you believe in what's the girl with the red shoes on? You know what I mean? Did she snap her two? It was my favorite show when I was a kid. You know, she snapped her shoes together and whatever. The Wizard of Oz or some shit, man. Shorty thinks she's the wizard. I mean, come on, man. This
wanted to
is
show me his new car, and he took me on a short drive.
I got you.
Around the Renda Hills, and then we got back to his little bachelor pad in the house, and he offered me a glass of water, and I drank it, and I started to feel a little bit off, and then I heard a bunch of people coming down the stairs, and it was Sean Combs and a whole bunch of people who just busted in the door and in just a boisterous manner and acting. He said something like, "Bet you didn't think you were ever going to see me." I was just in complete shock and frozen.
What happened next?
She telling the whole story.
He basically started threatening me with human trafficking, and that they could take me anywhere and sell me. He had Christina Coram. He ordered her to insert a copper IUD into my vagina, but luckily it deployed before she could actually get it inside me, like inside the cervix. And that's when Sean Combs got extremely angry and he grabbed the TV remote and sexually assaulted me vaginally with the remote extremely violently.
Where in the apartment did this happen?
And it was in the house. It has a little studio apartment underneath.
Oh my God.
The house, and it was on the bed because it was a really tiny apartment.
And was everyone in that party present? The people who had all descended down those stairs into that studio apartment, were they all present witnessing what was happening to you?
I heard more people upstairs that I didn't see. So not incredibly sure how many people were there. In the room with me, it was Sean Combs, Shane Pierce, Shane's friend, who I don't know his name yet.
What you talking about? What you talking about, man? What you talking about? What you talking about, man? I'm rocking a Mac right here. What the fuck is you talking about on my page, bro? We talking about something serious. What you talking about, bro? Hey, what you talking about, bro? Comcast, what you talking about, bro? Make it make sense, bro. Please, make it make sense. What you talking about? Oh, my bad. I'm out of the way, my bad.
what he
I
called the
apologize, bro.
bodyguard.
It's
who
my
later
fault, bro.
claimed
No
she was a
disrespect.
correctional officer
KM, man, that's my man.
or
Gang.
a
My bad,
or
bro. She got
undercover
cracked with the
officer,
Comcast.
but
My bad, bro. I apologize.
he wasn't. And then Christina Coram and another
She's a
white
fucking liar,
woman
bro.
who I don't know her name.
Did you know who these people were,
Now,
or
I'm
have
gonna
you
hit y'all
come
with this,
to
right?
learn?
I'm gonna hit y'all with this. If you felt like now, this is what this girl's saying. She goes over to help a dude with a cancer medicine. Next thing you know, Diddy and them come in here. Then somebody asks her, give her a glass of water, a plain cup of water. This is water right here. Plain cup of water. A plain cup of water. You know what I mean? A plain cup of water. Give you a plain cup of water. You drinks the plain cup of water. No liquor, no nothing. In water, you cannot put a substance in the water and the water don't look crazy. But anyway, you drinks the water, you feeling woozy. You go downstairs, Diddy come down there and tell you. Now think about this, right? Who the fuck is gonna rape somebody with a bunch of people right there, even a female, bro? I don't listen, man. I'm gonna get this mic close to me. Listen, I don't have a female sitting there watching a men abuse another female and she cool with that, bro. Unless that female raped her daughter, unless that female did some shit, an innocent white girl, because that's what she is. Just out of nowhere, I'm ready. All these men that be around Diddy, you saying everybody that hang around Puff is a rapist. That's a goddamn lie. That's a goddamn lie. Ain't no way. I'm a man, yo. A man, bro. If I walk in the spot and the dude start raping the chick, I'm getting the fuck out of there, bro. When I say I'm swinging on him, bro. The fuck is you talking about, bro? I ain't into no raping no chicks, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, you gone crazy. I'm not being a part of that. She literally saying people out of everybody in the world, bro. You saying everybody this man be around is a cold-blooded rapist. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Or because
Listen
of
to
the
this trash.
alleged assault that happened?
I learned who they were afterwards, other than Sean Combs.
And so now, if you can, and I'm sorry these questions are so difficult, I'm following along with the affidavit for the most part. Can you tell me what happened after you say Sean Combs allegedly raped you with the TV remote? What happened after that in that bedroom with all of those people present?
He raped you with a TV remote.
They took turns raping me.
With the TV remote?
And Sean Combs raped me anally. Shane Pierce also raped me, but vaginally. And the bodyguard guy, he raped me as well while Sean Combs was sitting in a chair naked, filming it and jerking off to watching me being raped.
Listen, y'all. He filming
Sean
you.
Combs was masturbating.
I'm filming you getting raped and beaten off. Like, make it make sense. Like, make it make sense, baby girl.
And what happened next?
Make it make sense.
And I looked for my stuff, my shoes, my clothes, my purse, my keys, and my phone, and none of it was there. And I found a random large black t-shirt. So I put that on, and the knife that Sean Combs had put against my face earlier, where he wanted to cut my face, and Christina Coram told him that it wouldn't be good for human trafficking me, that clients wouldn't like it. I found that knife because they had left it in there. So I tried to hide it on my left side underneath partially of the t-shirt. And I stepped outside, and that's right where the bodyguard with a gun was. And they told me to sit down. So I sat down on this makeshift bench out of buckets and a plywood. And I just had to sit there.
Yeah, you got G'd out,
and
now
just
you
kind
mad.
of listen to Sean Combs brag about what he did to me and that he's gotten away with more serious crimes and no one
Oh
would
my
believe
God.
me. And he mentioned Tupac and
To be clear, this is outside now. This is in the backyard.
Yo,
You have now
hold up.
moved out towards.
Because I want y'all to understand what she's saying. Put this on pause. What I'm saying is this. She said that the nigga Diddy raped her, right? After raping her, she getting herself together, put a bippy out on. Yeah, I got away with bigger crimes than this. I killed Tupac. Yo, you gotta make it make sense, y'all. Man locked up fighting for his life. You gotta make it make sense. In a rape, we just raped you. We just bust all over you. Now we telling you that we killed Tupac and we doing all this to a random broad that we don't know from Adam and Eve. Like, what is wrong with this story, yo? What is wrong with this story? Come on, man. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, bro. This bitch lying. I ain't never seen no lie like this.
yeah, they were all in the backyard sitting outside just having fun with each other, like, and they were smoking and drinking like it was just a normal day for them.
So what happened after that?
I was sitting there on the bench and I wasn't allowed to leave. At one point, Sean Combs threw a fanny pack at me that was full of drugs, and I got angry and I threw the fanny pack, into the bush. And that's when the bodyguard told me that I had messed up and to go get it. And Sean quickly said, no, she needs to stay there. Someone else go get it. So I couldn't get up from the seat. He was just trying to brag about all his celebrity friends. And I just didn't want to listen to him. I just was sitting there until I could try to run. But there were so many people, like, around the house and up above near the actual house's backyard, where there's a patio where Christina Coram and a bunch of people were just hanging out and smoking and chatting and having fun. Sean Combs turns to me and he says, why haven't we ever partied like this before? And that's when I got enraged and I said, this is not a party. You raped me. And he attempted to bribe me with some amount of money. And I said, no, you raped me. I'm not going to stay silent on this. And then he ended up calling his mother, Janice Combs.
Oh my God, they putting the man mother in it.
And she got on the phone, a FaceTime video, and she yelled at me not to hurt her son. And I yelled back, he raped me. And she told me to take the money and shut up.
At some point, someone in the backyard brought out a weapon and fired it. What were the circumstances surrounding that?
That's when Sean Combs had bragged about getting away with way worse than what he had done to me, and he admitted to killing Tupac or having him killed. And that's when the bodyguard turned the gun around on Sean Combs, and I ran behind the bodyguard because I was just looking for any type of person who might help me. I tried to get the gun, but he wouldn't let me, and it went off in Sean Combs' direction into the hill. Luckily, it didn't go into anybody's house.
And I just want to go
All
back to
these
that one
people there
detail.
partying while this
Sean
going on.
Combs said to you that he killed Tupac or that he had Tupac killed. Which one was it?
He paid to have Tupac killed.
That's what, yo, we just.
That's what he said.
Yo, listen, we just heard 2 lies from this girl. She said he killed Tupac. Why is Diddy? Listen to this, yo. You just raped the girl. She in a party with a bunch of people out there party acting like nothing happened. She don't got her clothes on. She has a large t-shirt on. I'm breaking this down for y'all. She got a large oversized t-shirt. She's in a party. California, I'm guessing. It's nothing but sunlight there. All these people there smoking and drinking and see a girl with an oversized t-shirt in a party yelling at Diddy talking about he raped her. You don't think out of every fucking body right there, somebody gonna look over there and say that's crazy? That's fucking uncomfortable. You ain't got no motherfucking party with a bunch of people and they're gonna agree. If you go to a party right now, we at party and we minding our business. If you heard a girl scream out, "Oh, you raped me," this and that. Now you on the phone with my mother. He didn't do this. He raped me. All this she keeps saying, rape, 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 rape around a party. You don't think one person in that motherfucking party gonna overstep their boundary? You don't think one person in that party gonna overstep their boundary? Then there's other females there. So you're agreeing to say all the females in here agreeing to rape, all the dudes in here agreeing to rape. You're saying everybody is under Puffy, hypnotized. Ain't no way. Ain't no way on God's green earth that you can have a party with everybody in there with the shits, especially when it come to rape. If you say everybody in here having an orgy, doing drugs and drinking liquor, smoking weed and fucking, then I could believe that. But you say everybody in here smoking, chilling in the backyard, you come out with a t-shirt on that's not yours, looking all fucked up because you just been raped. I never raped a girl before a day in my fucking life, but I'm just imagining from seeing documentaries and shit, you all distressed because you're fighting. So at this moment, you not laying there just letting niggas crack you. So you fighting on this. You said first earlier, y'all heard her say she swung at him with a knife. She did all this stuff inside the house, and then he raped her and let her come outside around a mass of people. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, I've been shot before, bro. I've been in fights and got beat up in fights before and didn't want to go outside and face my friends. You just been violated and you saying you got a big t-shirt and you just sitting there in the corner crying and upset and nobody paying attention to it. Come on, bro. Like, come on. Them lawyers got to do better than this, bro. Trying to sue this man for this money. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. Let's go.
In that moment in the backyard that he had paid to have Tupac killed.
Yes, and he was bragging about it.
So now a gunshot has gone off in Sean Combs' direction. What happened after? You're now standing behind the bodyguard, one of the men who was in the room and allegedly assaulted you with the others. What's the next series of events?
Mm-hmm.
Now she's standing behind a bodyguard that raped her.
That's when I kind of lost my mind, and I had the knife and I ran at Sean Combs, and he started to run up the stairs towards where Christina Quorum and all the people were sitting up on the little patio, and I hit him in the back with my left hand, and he fell down on the stairs. He was lying down on the stairs, and he turned back and looked at me. And I had the knife in both of my hands, and I was going to plunge the knife into him because it was a kill or be killed situation. And his face looked so scared that he was looking at me like I was the monster when he's the monster, and my moral compass snapped back in. And I decided that this is insane. I can't do this. I don't have it in me to do that. And I turned around and I took 2 steps down the stairs. Sean Combs got back up and he pushed me, but I caught my footing and I took the knife and I slashed it backwards behind me without looking. And it made contact with him and he backed off. They had me forced to sit back down on the bench, and Christina Quorum came down. She had a medical bag, and he was bleeding a little bit on his chest, but not like I didn't stab him. It was just a cut, and they put anti-clotting type stuff on and a bandage on him.
You're watching a special edition.
Oh man. Yo, bro, this man is locked up for this shit, bro. This man facing lock. Yo, if we can sit here and listen to this line, pick it apart, ain't no motherfucker way a judge sign the papers for this shit, bro.
The Contra Costa Sheriff's Department confirmed her report was thoroughly investigated and it was determined the claims were unfounded. Mr. Combs was nowhere near Orinda, California on the day she claims she was assaulted. There is no evidence that Mr. Combs was ever in the same room as Ms. Parham. She is completely unbelievable, and no sane person who views the evidence will credit her story, end quote.
Right.
Let's pick up our conversation with what Ashley says she did after the alleged assault. You were able to make an escape from that backyard. How did that happen, and when did that happen?
Now she made an escape, y'all.
That happened because the neighbors had been making noise complaints to the cops, and the neighbor came over to see what was going on one time earlier before the gunfire, and he asked if everything was going on, and the bodyguard turned the gun on him and told him to go away. But then he came back and created the distraction for me to actually run. And that's when I ran towards him in his house. And then someone, I believe it was Sean Combs, from the top of the hill near the front of the actual house, not where I was escaping from, started firing a gun at me.
So at this point, you're making the escape from the backyard. The neighbor is helping. You're running down the street towards the neighbor's house, and there's gunfire, you believe, from Sean Combs. Did you seek shelter? Did you try to find somewhere to, avoid being shot?
Yeah, the neighbor jumped behind a car, and I followed him behind the car.
And then did you eventually get to the neighbor's house and be able to call the police?
The neighbor had already called the police, and he invited me into the house. And then when the police officer showed up, he really couldn't have cared less about what I was saying. He didn't offer me help. He didn't offer me an ambulance. I told him that Sean Combs had raped me, and he didn't offer me a ride or any type of help. He just left me for dead there.
Did the neighbor at least report there's been gunfire? We've escaped with our lives. We've had to crouch behind a car to escape bullets. Did the police listen to any of that?
Yeah, that police officer heard the neighbors say that we got shot at, and
You could hear somebody whispering to her.
He told him what he had seen and heard.
And Ariel, I'll ask you to step in here. Is there a police report from that night from the Contra Costa police to indicate that they had responded to this gun complaint and obviously what Ashley says was a rape complaint as well?
The Contra Costa sheriff did admit that there was a complaint on March 23rd, 2018, but they claimed they investigated and it was unfounded. So all of the women who have reported alleged sexual assaults to the Contra Costa police have all had their claims investigated and unfounded. I spoke to Ashley's therapist, who informed me that she has treated several, countless women throughout the county who all reported their crimes and the sexual batteries against them to the Contra Costa sheriff, and all of them were found to be unsubstantiated. I actually have spoken to 2 individuals, one of whom is a rape victim of Shane Pierce, who was raped by Shane Pierce 6 years before this incident happened to Ashley. She reported the crime to the police in Contra Costa, and they also unsubstantiated her claim.
And I should mention here that these are allegations until proven in a court of law, but I want to continue with this story as well. It wasn't just the Contra Costa County sheriffs that Ashley made a report to. She also reported this to the Walnut Creek Police and to the Orinda County, or the Orinda Police Department. Ariel, was there any response from those police departments?
So Orinda and Walnut Creek are city police departments, all under the umbrella of Contra Costa County. So I did reach out to them, and they directed me to go through Contra Costa County. And anybody from myself on down who have made public records requests to the county for these reports and these records have all been denied. They refuse to give us any public records that we are entitled to in relation to all of the times Ashley reported this crime to these 3 different police departments.
And I'm assuming this is still part of the investigation in the lawsuit. So I just want to carry on with what happened next in the series of events. Ashley, the police leave, you're at the neighbors. What do you do next?
The neighbor offered that I could sleep on the couch.
Oh my
but
God.
After everything I had been through, I just didn't trust anyone. And I knew that they had all left because there was speeding vehicles and screeches when they left. So I just didn't know what to do. I was in a state of shock, and I went back into the apartment to get my belongings, but they were all gone. And the adrenaline and had worn off, and my body was just fully exhausted. And I was alone in the room, and I just ended up falling asleep. And I know that doesn't make any sense to people, but
No, it don't.
the Venda Hills are incredibly dark and windy roads with no street lights. The idea of running half naked down to police who weren't going to help me anyways wasn't going to happen, because I assumed that they were going to, Sean Combs people were waiting for me if I tried to leave. I just lost faith in humanity and kind of just gave up and lied in the bed in a catatonic state until I fell asleep.
And Shane brought
And then what happened when you woke up?
And when I woke up, Shane appeared and he gave me back my stuff, and he was pretending like nothing bad had happened. So I just went into a fawning type state and was like, okay, we'll just play the game he's trying to pull so I can get out of here. And he gave me my stuff back, and I got to leave.
how did you make your way out of there? You now had your keys and you could drive away from this crime scene?
Yeah, I had to use GPS to get back to the freeway because it's not an area I know. And I was able to drive and get home. And when I got home, I was just so destroyed. I just lied in my bed for 3 days, not eating, not sleeping. I couldn't function like a normal human being.
Ashley, the tough question, not just from me, but from any opposing counsel, that would be Sean Combs' lawyers in this case, if it goes to trial. The tough question will be, why would you return to the scene
Well, you was
of
raped
a
at.
gang rape, a shooting, a knifing, and a harrowing escape under gunfire?
Right.
After finding safety at a neighbor's house where he
Right.
offered to let you stay there. Why would
Right.
you have returned to such a terrible scene?
Wow.
Everybody was gone from the place, and I was not in a headspace where I could trust the neighbor because I don't know him, and I was kind of afraid to stay in that house. And I had tried to find my keys so I could at least hide in my car. I kind of just gave up on life, honestly. If they had killed me that night, I wouldn't have cared at that point.
And again,
They
I'm
just
sorry to
started
ask these tough
everything.
questions. I do think that I was going to say, and I'm sorry that I have to ask these tough questions. I feel like Sean Combs' lawyers will be a lot tougher than I am. It's hard to understand from an outside perspective why you'd feel less safe with a neighbor who rescued you than walking back towards the crime scene where all those horrible things had happened before you could truly know for sure there was no one still left in that home.
Exactly.
Ashley, I'm going to jump in here because I really feel we're looking at things from a very logical standpoint. You nor I have not been in that situation. And anybody attempting to judge the mindset of somebody in that situation, it's ludicrous, honestly.
That's why you're a big paid lawyer. Let me say something.
How could you
Now listen.
not understand?
Hold up. Now, this high power attorney, I like her. You know what I mean? The lawyer that she got, she from New York. You know what I mean? She get down. You know what I mean? Black woman, she do her thing. But what I'm saying is, now, that's why you get paid the big bucks to just answer that question the way you did. Who gonna, listen, we are humans. Like, if you smack the shit out of a dog, right? Your dog, right? You beat your dog up. Yo, every time you see that dog gonna jump and get flinch. And if that gate open up, that dog gonna holler at us, bro. Like, you're trapping. I don't give a yo, listen. This is learn from her, right? Let's say this did happen, right? This is a lesson for your daughter. Teach your daughter right now, your niece, your significant other, your little home girl, whoever you know that's a female. You tell them if a motherfucker rape you and do all that shit that this white girl is allegedly to happen, then don't you fuck. I don't give a fuck if you run into the ocean. You don't go back. You can't. I'm not gonna believe it. As your dad, as your uncle, as your brother, I'm not gonna believe if you tell me you stayed the night where nigga brutalized you, raped you, bust a gun at you, did all this shit to you, and somebody gave you a place to stay, and the police department ain't doing nothing to help you. No disrespect, but if it's a black girl, I could see that. A white girl in a rich county. They took down the Menez brothers. Niggas get knocked off for them rapes and them sexual stuff. That's a big charge out in California. Who the fuck is... And then it's not like she said, I got raped by this rich billionaire white man and the police department was cool with him. Yo, the police departments out in them rich, real rich, wealthy, racist county, don't got no respect for the black man to be like, man, we ain't gonna go in there and investigate you raping a white girl. Are you crazy? You raped a white girl, and you think the police department's just gonna say you was raped by Diddy and his black friends? You don't think they got a problem with that? Then a neighbor that's not a rapper, singer, or dancer got a big house next to Puffy, $1 million neighborhood, and he tell you dudes just shot at him, and y'all don't make no complaint. Yo, the police don't even work like that, even if they was corrupt. Even if they was corrupt, they got to act like they care on site. They got to do a report. They got to get the girl ambulance. That's protocol to save they ass. Hey, let's get this girl an ambulance. Even if they working for Diddy. Hey, listen, that girl y'all got, she's at the hospital. You cannot not give nobody no medical attention in a $1 million neighborhood, bro. In a multi-million-dollar neighborhood where it's built off of success. You telling me this white girl got a chance to leave this county and to go somewhere else and tell another police department what happened to us in our county? You think we ready to give up our county for one billionaire when our county has multiple billionaires? You know what Puffy House said in LA? It's multiple billionaires there. What do we care if one billionaire go down? That's not gonna stop our revenue because we locked Puffy up or he donated. He raped a motherfucking girl, and that girl report that to any bigger news counter or any show in the world. That's a problem. Do you think a county that's getting funded and money from the federal government and the state is going to protect Puffy over a innocent white girl that just said she was raped and shot at? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. No black man in the world got that much money unless you in Africa. If you in Africa, you in Baltimore City, you in somewhere where it's a predominantly black, you can say, oh yeah, that's good. Man, nigga, I don't even got the police playing like that because you got good cops, you got bad cops. Who did she call? They just tell you, we don't believe it. We did our best. No, police don't work like that, bro. Even if they on a payroll, what they're gonna do is the person that's paying report to what you did and probably mess up the report, but they're gonna get you some medical attention. You just said you've been raped. That's like telling somebody and then you say you've been shot at. Then a man that's a millionaire that lived next door to this other billionaire saying that this man shot at me, and the police say we are not going to do nothing to protect you. Hell no, it don't work like that. Not in one motherfucking place in the United States of America. This ain't no foreign country. It's just California, baby, where they running off of money, baby. And one thing they running off of is the melanin, your melanin in your skin, baby. Now, I mean, them little white girls out there been shopping in Louis Vuitton since they was 5, 6 years old. They don't know nothing about a Target. So just imagine one of them prissy white, and you don't even know where she come from. If she out in California and can get the Puffy and be inside a Puffy house, she had to come from some money. She had to come from some money. So you in the California hills hanging out there, that's where you choosing to go trick off at, in the California hill. Somewhere. Man, you come from money. You ain't just find your way up there. That's what I'm tripping off. But they be acting like the man don't got no standards. They just be like, yo, you, and you. Come on. Like, come on, bro. This ain't a goddamn Lil Wayne show or no BG show. That's Diddy. Diddy gonna get high, sophisticated freaks, bro. The top of the line freaks that take it anywhere you want to take it. You tripping. He just raped the chick with a Comcast remote. What my man K&G said. He just raped the nigga with he just raped her with a Comcast one. Sat there, and I guess all these dudes doing this without a condom. Yo, by the way, all these rapes are without a condom. So dudes going back to back to back to back behind each other without a condom. None of these women said on top of that, they raped me. I had to go get checked out for AIDS and HIV and herpes. Then I could see a woman saying, hey, I didn't go do nothing, but a motherfucker going to that hospital because you don't know what them niggas got. So the hospital report going to show that you went to the doctors because guess what? The doctors ain't the police. The doctors ain't the millionaire. You can go to a doctor and say, I've been raped the other day and I want you to do. And the doctor's going to check you. Because the main thing that you're worrying about, if you're a female or male and you've been raped, did this person give you an STD or did this person give you something you can't get back? That's very important. Now, we know a bunch of women in the world that have been sexually assaulted and didn't report it and people didn't believe them. But one motherfucking thing they did was go to that doctors, bro. Go to that doctors to make sure they ain't pregnant and they ain't got no STD, bro. I'm gonna let y'all finish. Y'all be the guest. Y'all be the judge of this.
Why we would logically not experience that. Of course, you would say, "Oh, well, why wouldn't you just stay with the neighbor? Right. The neighbor is a stranger too. She's just went through this very great ordeal, not knowing where to go, what to do. And now there's this other stranger who's introduced where she was with the police and nothing happened. Logically, to me, trying to go back to get her stuff seems the most reasonable. She doesn't have her clothes on. She doesn't have her phone, her purse, her keys. And now to expect her to now go stay with a complete stranger and not even attempt to, I guess, get out of there entirely, when she thought it was safe to at least go back to retrieve or at least find her possessions. She thought everyone had left. So would you prefer an empty space or a space with this random person that you don't know after you had just been violently gang raped, threatened with your life, threatened to be sex trafficked? In my mind, it doesn't make sense for her to have just stayed with the neighbor. What she did makes logical sense if you are to put yourself in that predicament where these things had happened to you. So unless we're going to put ourselves in that mind frame to think about what we would do if this had happened to us.
This is what I'm telling the lawyer. If I was a lawyer, I am in that mind frame. You're telling me that our taxpayer money, right? You're telling me, because this is bigger than just, so you're saying the taxpayer money, a girl comes to you that been raped, she's butt naked, she has no underwear on, no bra on, she has an oversized t-shirt on, and her and another neighbor says to you that they've been shot at, and this woman says she been raped, and this man, and whatever the neighbor say is, hey, she came down the street, this was what she, ain't no way on God's green earth that the police playing like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? One thing about a corrupt cop, they gonna protect their job and then they gonna get the money. So I'm saying, listen, you seen the poor, hey, look, boy, they coming down too hard, ain't nothing I could do. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then you could hear the lawyer whispering stuff to her. That's a whole fucking lie, bro. If she was in that house with Diddy, she got that pickle. Like niggas say, she got that pickle and she loved every minute of it. When them boys said they wasn't taking her with her, and she could go ahead and take the couple of dollars and beat it, and she ain't want that. She wanted to be a part of them. These girls be wanting to be in love. And that's what I'm saying, though, bro. You say dudes multiple raped you, bro, and the lawyer trying to convince us, why wouldn't she go back with nobody else? How did you get back into the man's house? We just raped the female in the house. Do you think the door's unlocked for you to get back in? I guess we just that rich. She ran next door to police right there. You don't think we got guards and security right there to make sure don't nobody come in here? You talking about a billionaire here. Like, these people got to make it make sense. I understand. Just like with lead paint poisoning, just like all this stuff. When it's a big lawsuit out there, everybody wants to go and jump on top of the lawsuit. What you do is you mess it up for the people that shit probably really happened to. That's when nobody is telling these people, hey, yo, I understand it's a big payday, but it might be some real victims out here that's really traumatized about that situation. So you lying and playing, you gonna make it look like everybody joking. And when it's some people that it could possibly happen to, that's what it is. They fucking that case up, man. Ain't no way on God's pretty earth, bro, that this happened. Ain't no way on God's pretty earth that this happened, bro. This is ridiculous. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And that man, like I said, bro, we all are grown men. I'm a man. And it's men and women in this chat, right? We all done party. We all done been in some parties that got a little, you know what I'm saying, after dark. Yo, bro. In what situation have you been in? Because there's some people that been in that, you know what I'm saying, people hanging out and doing stuff that they really don't want to do. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. It's too many people out there. It's too many men that go both ways. It's too many women that go both ways. It's too many people that will take money to let you bust them open, gang rape or whatever, long as the price is right. And then you dealing with dudes with a whole bunch of money that could change your life. 100,000, baby. Let us do what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? The guys coming here, everybody going. Hey, girls dropping down, getting their ego on. So, to be in the presence of a billionaire superstar, this man is not a tech billionaire. He got everything. You got everything that a young immature mind got. Boy got billions. Boy know all the celebrities. The boy can make all the movies happen. You get in this man present, he having an after party. Drawers dropping. Chicks is dropping their drawers for dudes with 10,000, making it look like they got $1 million. Girls is dropping their drawers for dudes with a little bit of game and a little bit of respect. Girls are dropping their dudes for leaders in games. Girls are dropping that shit for a different nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. different stuff, different strokes for different folks, bro. I just don't believe, bro, that the average. And then she said this happened in 2018, by the way. So this ain't the 90s allegation. This ain't the early two. In 2018, do y'all believe that the police seen a woman raped, beat up, bruised, and said she just got shot at and don't give her no medical attention and give her no help? Ain't no way on God's green earth. 90s, 80s, 70s, 50s, 60s, maybe. 2018, with all this motherfucking technology going out, all them dudes on that block that Puffy live at, bro, 7 years ago, all them dudes that live on that block in that neighborhood with Diddy had got cameras. The whole goddamn world on cameras. So you mean to tell me it's no cameras? Everybody wipe their cameras off. Your motherfucking neighbor that they shot at got that on camera that the police turned you around, raped. Talk to me. Talk to me. And I'm quite sure that dude that lived next to Puffy ain't gone nowhere. Because you just don't buy them big houses and get to go nowhere. Unless you're a real estate investor and you buying it to flip. So, you know what I mean? These dudes got the mansions and be having them forever and ever. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. That girl's a cold-blooded motherfucking lie. But let's finish listening to this, man, to get my reaction. If you just tapped in, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. It's some disrespectful motherfucker. The motherfucker's so disrespectful than this lying girl that's telling on Diddy. They won't even come here and like the video. Like the video, bro. Like the video, sis. Like the video, shorty. Like the video, whoa. Like the video, homie. Like the video. Like the video. Hit the like button. It's never too late to stop being a bitch. Like the video. You walk into somebody live. I would have rather have 4 people in here that like my video. You have 25 people can kick fucking rocks. If you ain't gonna like the video, let me finish.
Which we can't even do. We can try to imagine it, but there's no imagining it unless you're in it. And anybody who's been in such a severe situation to expect or to question their logic, I think is unreasonable.
Yeah, and listen, I'm with you. I've never been in that circumstance. I can't imagine what it was like to be in your shoes, Ashley. All I'm saying is that at trial, all of that sensitivity goes out the window, and opposing counsel, Sean Combs' counsel, will be extraordinarily tough because he'll be looking, or she'll be looking at 12 jurors, and it's their sensibilities that are going to have to be convinced. And Ariel, that's why I ask those tough questions. But I do want to ask, because evidence is everything, right? Have you been able to get that neighbor, track that neighbor down to corroborate all of this? That would be immensely helpful to this case.
Yes, we are in a process of getting that corroboration. We are working with investigators and other individuals to track down that person. We tried to reach out to that person directly at what we believe the address to, but we do have people working on getting that person to us.
Does that person still live in that home, and does Ashley know what home it was? I understand how confusing a scene can be. It can be easy to, in the dark, certainly, to not remember which house it was. Do you know which house it was and who the neighbor is?
Like this video.
No, we're not exactly sure. That's why I hired PI to get that done.
I do know what house it was.
Well, not the house. I was talking about the person. Yeah.
Yeah, but the
We
neighbor.
know the building, right?
The neighbor, he didn't offer to take me to the hospital or the police, so I couldn't trust him
Either.
as well.
Just to let it be known, outside of the person, the neighbor, the Contra Costa sheriff has already confirmed that a report was made that night. So to the extent there is no dispute whether or not a rape was reported that night. So that's not a question.
Welcome back to our special.
Yo, I don't know, man, but hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, hit the notification button. When you hit the notification button, that's love. When you subscribe to the channel, that's loyalty. When you like the video, that's respect. That's it. That's the 3. Like, come on, bro. She said she done told 2 lies on the neighbor. The neighbor tell him what happened. Then the neighbor don't want to take it to the hospital or take it to the police. Then she said the police came. Like I said, man, it's getting thrown out. That's one case Diddy ain't got to worry about.
That the water that you'd been offered prior to them arriving was.
Man, I don't even want to hear no more. So what Wendy Williams got to talk about? Show Wendy Williams predict Diddy prison sentence. Let's hear what she said. We're going to get into Wendy.
Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I do about Diddy back in the day, and you want to know what? It's about time, people. It is about time. Diddy done.
Wendy Williams weighing in on longtime nemesis Diddy's legal troubles.
You won't hear about my party. They're going to be shutting them down. They're going to probably be arresting me.
Diddy is already behind bars, awaiting trial for sex trafficking and racketeering charges, all of which he's denied.
Wendy, you got fired from Hot 97 years ago because of Diddy.
The Breakfast Club's Charlemagne the God digging up the feud spanning decades. Wendy previously claiming the Bad Boy Records founder got her fired from her Hot 97 DJ gig in the late 90s.
You know, the bosses didn't know how to handle, you know, Bad Boy Records calling every day, and then Wendy's talking about our artists. Now we're not going to do your big winter concert. We'll do the concert if you fire Wendy or whatever. You know, all that was going on. And I was just a girl from Jersey just trying to make my way.
Cut to 2025, Wendy, who's mid-battle with a controversial guardianship, using this rare interview for a prison prediction.
All these years later to see where Diddy currently is, what do you feel about that situation?
As far as Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I do about Diddy back in the day, and you want to know what? It's about time, people. It is about time. Diddy done.
So I want to get into Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams, if y'all know Wendy Williams, she going through a lot. You know, Wendy Williams was a big radio personnel, made TV. Wendy was getting a lot of money. They say she going through like some financial situations and she got dementia. So Wendy Williams,
everybody, it's Harvey Levin from
$15
TMZ.
under guardianship.
I just spent an hour and a half on the phone with Wendy Williams.
And we're just gonna play these clips.
It's a brand new
story. So if you just tapped in, please like this video, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. Raw Dope Podcast, the rawest, dopest interviews, vlogs, and content on the planet. Miranda rights, no fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. Topics: Donald Trump inauguration today. Diddy Accuser comes out. She's a cold-blooded lie. TikTok ban. And hey, we headed to Wendy Williams, what she's talking about. Well, now Wendy Williams been off the scene for a little while, if you don't know. And then they say she got dementia, say she had some health scares. Husband left her, son. It's a lot going on with Wendy, and I don't understand this shit because Wendy was on daytime television for years. Wendy was, making good money, and then Wendy Williams didn't look or seem like an uneducated woman to me that she was fucking her money up. I figure her house would be paid for, certain things would be done, but you never know. You never know what people doing. But Wendy ain't been in the spotlight for a while, and everything has been talking about her health thing and financial things. So now Wendy was on the Breakfast Club, and she moving around, she talking now, and she has some things to say about Puffy and a little bit to say about everything. But if you know Wendy, she's a loudmouth. So she talks about everything. But here we go. Let's go hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment.
I just spent an hour and a half on the phone with Wendy Williams.
This TMZ report.
And I can tell you that the Wendy Williams I spoke to today is the same Wendy Williams that I knew 10 years ago. There was no difference. She was lucid. She was articulate. She was perfect. And she was opinionated. I'm not going to get into the specifics because it was an off-the-record conversation. But she wants me to give my evaluation of what I heard. Charlemagne the God was on the phone call as well. And my impressions were precisely what Charlemagne has already said, that Wendy Williams seemed like she could have done her radio show today. There was no lapse in her judgment. There was no hesitation in what she was saying. And I'm not a doctor, but I am alarmed that Wendy Williams has had her freedom taken away from her. And I don't understand exactly why. Wendy doesn't have access to a cell phone in the sense that people cannot call her. If a call is made, it has to be from her out. She doesn't have a laptop. she can't come and go, according to her. And that makes sense because we really haven't seen her out with the exception of her son's graduation. And I have a strong opinion about what may have happened here because Wendy has struggled over the years with some substance abuse, and especially after her divorce. And it's pretty clear from the recent documentary where you see a vodka bottle next to her that Wendy was off the wagon. And Wendy is a substance abuser, but she was clearly clean. When I spoke with her, I know Charlemagne has talked to her numerous times, or at least several times in the past, and he had the same impression. And aside from the various pills that they are giving her there,
like this video, please. Like the video. Like the video. Get this video into the algorithm. Shout out to my mods, man. Shout out to everybody that's tapping in, man.
She's under
You know
saying
what I mean?
that
Going through a lot, but I
she
still
is
came out to
permanently
deliver this
disabled
content. You know what I
and
mean? Like the
essentially
video.
non-functional. I heard the opposite. I heard somebody who seemed with it, competent. It wasn't even close to the line. It wasn't even close to the line. There is something that needs to be addressed here. The file for this guardianship is sealed in New York. We can't see it. I know they say she has frontal temporal dementia, and she may or may not. But whatever it is, it doesn't seem it's advanced enough, at least from my ear. And I admit I am not a doctor, but I can listen to people, and especially in an hour and a half phone call, I didn't hear an iota of that, of any permanent disability or somebody who was unable to function. So it seems to me that this needs to be addressed. Why is it that Wendy is under such tight wraps in this guardianship? Why is it, even if she were disabled, that people can't call her? Why is it that she doesn't have the ability to communicate the way most people do with emails and texts and cell phones and all? Why is it that she is in this home where there are a lot of people who are 90 years old and others, and she, was describing the house itself, and she wasn't saying it was in deplorable condition. She was saying that it is a really depressing environment, and she doesn't quite understand why she's there. So I think that somebody needs to come forward and explain. Why is Wendy Williams in this kind of guardianship where her freedom has been taken away when she seems fine? And maybe let her out with a sober coach 24/7. And if that would solve any issue she has, at least for now, give her freedom back. And if she does indeed have this form of dementia, and it does become a permanent condition where she is profoundly disabled, then reestablish a guardianship. But I have to tell you, it wasn't even close when I heard her talk to me for an hour and a half.
Dang. All right. Wow. I was wondering what happened to Wendy Williams. So basically what Harvey's saying is that Wendy Williams reached out to Charlemagne the God and her my mother's on your ass. Yeah, thank you. I said my mother's on you. So what's Harvey saying right now, reporting from TMZ about Wendy Williams? Wendy Williams has been off the scene. She had a big divorce and she was going through a lot. So they saying that I heard that Wendy Williams had dementia. You know what I mean? She was medically messed up. Now to come to find out that ain't the case. I guess she, any person, man or female, you know what I mean, go through a divorce or go through a big breakup. Everybody ain't a some people really into their relationship, some people not. You get what I'm saying? Some people really into their marriage and some people not. But for the people that's really into their relationships and their marriage, when you have a breakup, it's no such thing as you was deeply and madly in love with a person that you just, it's just over with. You get what I'm saying? That's if you truly love your significant other. So she's a female. So she's going through a divorce with her husband, for whatever. Now they saying some substance abuse came into play, getting fucked up or whatever. That may be the case. She might have needed some help. You know what I'm saying? She might have needed some help. You know what I mean? And when she got the help got to be controlling. And controlling is being put in a facility. You can't have a cell phone. You can't have a computer. And she's a journalist. She's a loudmouth woman. Even if she wasn't on daytime television, even if she wasn't, on no big network, motherfuckers would tune into Wendy Williams, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Wendy Williams, being independent journalist, ain't gonna spell out nothing but big money. In the way that the industry turned, and as long as Wendy Williams been in the industry, she will be making big fucking money. She don't need no network to fucking do that. Wendy Williams don't need no network. She's a big voice and a power piece by herself. She definitely the queen on the chessboard, but just to see her just evaporate and as content creating is at its height. A lot of people that was creating content was in radio and daytime television. They have, everlasting careers because content took a twist, whereas though you can get funded and do anything that you want to do, especially when you got a name like Wendy Williams. So whatever's going on with her, it's fucked up. But we about to tap into a little bit of the Breakfast Club interview. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'm just going to get into some parts and see where Wendy Williams at and her how she feel about Diddy. Now, I mean, because one thing for sure, for Angie Martinez and Wendy Williams was the voice of radio. And if you're a hip hop head like myself, you know those names. Angie Martinez and Wendy Williams, they knew, they knew everything. You know what I mean? Real talk. Angie Martinez and Wendy Williams, the GOATs. You know what I mean? The GOATs and what they do. But, just Wendy just been off the scene forever. And I really never dug into the crates to really know, but now we about to find out. But hit that like button. Like this video, man. Push this video into the algorithm, man. If you ain't going to do nothing, you don't want to donate to the channel, buy a t-shirt, hat. If you don't even like me, you want to make jokes, at least like the video. You know what I mean? Like the video. Like the video. The neighbor. Support the channel. Support the channel. Shout out to my mods in the building. You know what I mean? So we want to get into this, not to play content, but I want to hear this. So Wendy, and that did 92. And she was.
Legal news today.
Wendy, are you incapacitated?
No. Wendy Williams breaks down in a new interview, speaking out against her court-ordered guardianship.
My life is like up. Look, this is what is called emotional abuse.
Wendy, who was last seen in public in December at her son's graduation, is currently in a New York care facility. She called in to both The Breakfast Club and The Don Lemon Show.
I only have like $15. This guardian person is keeping my money trapped, so to speak.
The former talk show host was admitted last year after her guardian claimed in court papers that dementia had left her cognitively impaired and permanently incapacitated.
Hey,
Wendy, would you want to go to the Oscars? What's Oscars?
I am not cognitively impaired, you know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison.
Wendy says she lives in a small room with one window and has no internet access and can occasionally make calls but not receive them.
Look, I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner right here on the bed, All right. I watch TV. I listen to radio. I look at the window. For the last 3 years, I've spent my birthday by myself.
As for her medication,
There are 7 pills. I have no idea what is this pill doing.
while some question if Wendy is lucid, she was perfectly clear when it came to one topic.
Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I knew about Diddy back in the day.
The mogul has denied any wrongdoing, but Wendy is feeling vindicated. She claims that speculating on air about his personal life cost her an early job in radio.
It is about time. Diddy does.
Damn, Wendy, yo, that's fucked up, bro.
My son Kevin is very.
Damn, yo, Wendy.
My son Kevin
It's
is very, very important to me.
New video, Wendy Williams in tears, battling dementia and riding a motorized scooter to her son's college graduation.
My precious son, he's a young man who's seen a lot.
Yeah, Wendy was one proud mama watching 24-year-old Kevin Hunter Jr. receive his bachelor's degree in economics from Florida International University.
I want to give some love to my son, Kevin. It's me and you, kid.
Wendy, who was surrounded by armed security guards as she left, looked remarkably well and alert despite her guardian's claims in court papers last year that dementia had left her cognitively impaired and permanently incapacitated.
I will smoke when I smoke, and I will liquor when I liquor.
Another sign Wendy may be doing better.
I have no idea where we are.
The 60-year-old was working her signature over-the-top style. Louis Vuitton cup holder, W necklace, Chanel and Gucci logo,
Yay,
gold
Wendy.
bracelets,
Yay,
and that
Wendy.
big ring. Inside, Wendy sat next to her father. The former talk show host apparently remains in a care facility for cognitive issues. As for the newly graduated Kevin, well, he's come a long way.
I feel like I've got a huge part in her healing better and becoming a stronger person.
Back in 2018, while talking to ET about her own struggles,
I lost over a decade of my life being hooked on cocaine.
Wendy revealed that Kevin had been taking the synthetic designer drug K2.
Did you feel helpless? Yes. I felt helpless. It zapped his unformed mind. He was only 14 at the time.
Kevin turned his life around.
My son is here with me. He's only 19, so he's only known me for Mom with the microphone, you know, and then Mom in the headlines. But he knows the good stuff. He's 20 years old and he's a junior in college.
What would you say to other mothers?
Hang in there. Life is sweet on the other side. You want this.
Kevin Jr. is one of very few who still have access to Wendy. Black China, who's now known as Angela White, told us she's been unable to reach her friend of over 4 years.
Everything's cut off. So do you try calling?
Damn,
It's done. Yes, no way I can get through.
Who's blocking this? What's going on?
I don't know. I definitely don't know.
Yeah.
Wendy, I miss you so much. And if you see this, please call me.
Our DJ Behar went home exclusively with Angela and her now fiance, musician Derek Milano, 2 months after this viral onstage proposal in front of thousands of fans.
I want to know scale of 1 to 10. How shocked are you?
12. Show us that ring, baby.
Putting it together was definitely a lot of moving parts because it was a big stage. I wanted to make sure that it was right.
I can't wait for the day where I get to see you in a wedding dress.
Oh, yeah.
What is your vision?
Angelic, clean, natural, beauty.
Hey, Shane, I'm on the scene. How do you envision your little ones playing a role on that big day? Like, was Dream born to be your flower girl?
Definitely the flower girl.
Yeah.
And then King the Ring Bearer for sure. My kingy.
Hi.
The wedding date is set, and Angela wants a smaller ceremony. But right now, it's all about the holidays. Angela's continued charity.
Let's get into this.
Welcome
Hit that like
to
button.
Reinvented with Accenture.
Hit that like button, man. Like this video. Push this video into the algorithm. Let's go. Shall we get into we about to get into this Breakfast Club interview before I wrap it up. I'm gonna pick it apart, do my reaction to it and Wendy Williams. But I just now, just looking at all this, It raised concern, man, because Wendy a big deal, man. Wendy Williams a big deal, man, to us, you know what I mean? People that do what we do. But I want to hear y'all. I know y'all ready to hear this, man. Hit that like button. 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 Hit the like button. And I think this is a whole phone conversation. So this is dope.
Wendy and Wendy's niece Alex is
You know, I'm in this place where the people are in their 90s and their 80s and their 70s, and even when people are 60 like me, hey, I'm sexy and gorgeous. You know, look, please, July 18th, 1964, honey. But look, these people, I don't care if they're 50 and 60, they have look, there's something wrong with these people here on this floor. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm not saying something bad. I'm just saying that I am with these people. I am clearly not. Look, I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner right here on the bed. Right? I watch TV. I listen to radio. I look at the window. I talk on the phone. And by the way, Alex, talk about this phone, please. Alex, you've been right here where I am, so you know exactly what you're talking about. You flew from Miami to New York, and you were right here with me. Go ahead.
Yeah. And you know, what she's saying is exactly what's happened. She's there in New York, in this place, essentially like what some people call a luxury prison, right? This is her room. That's literally her apartment. But the thing about this apartment, and you know this, not Wendy, because you're there, it's small. She has a bed, a chair, a TV, a bathroom, and she's looking out one window. The buildings across the street. That's her life.
Excuse me, and excuse me, through my money, you know, I had this person buy the TV, you know, the kind of TV I like, a large TV. You understand what I'm saying? Through this person, because all of my stuff is in storage. You understand what I'm saying? Everything's in storage. And by the way, that was to sell my apartment. But anyway.
Is the person your guardian? Is that who you're referring to, your guardian?
Yes.
Well, you know, Sabrina Morrissey is her name. And right now, A&E Network, A&E Network and Lifetime were sued by Sabrina. She claims they exploited you in a vulnerable state. They exploited your condition, and I'm putting condition in air quotes. You signed to do that documentary without your consent, but A&E and Lifetime countersued and said that Sabrina realized the documentary would question the quality of her own guardianship. It actually says in the lawsuit, it appears that Morrissey is misusing her position as a guardian of Williams to silence criticism of her controversial and failed administration of the guardianship. They even used the words guardianship abuse. What do you think of that?
Well, first of all, you know, me and the person that you were just talking about, this guardian person, we watched that 4-part thing on TV together. She was the one who wanted to do that. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm watching and writing things down, and she's watching and writing things down. And I saw her. I saw all of that, by the way. And what do I think about being abused? Listen, look. This system is broken. You know, that this system that I'm in. You know, this system has falsified. A lot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
They said you're cognitively impaired and you're incapacitated.
Do I seem that way?
No.
You've been calling me 5 times a day for the last 2 weeks. No, you don't seem that way.
Excuse me. Who I naturally am is who I naturally am. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my niece knows all about that crap. I mean, I'm sorry. I apologize.
To be clear, you can't leave. Like, they won't allow you to leave or have visitors, family members or not. So you can't even leave and take a walk if you wanted to, or take a trip or visit family members. They give you a difficult time for that, and family members can't visit you.
Excuse me, where I am, okay, you have to get keys to unlock the door to press the elevator to go downstairs. First of all. Second of all, these people here, everybody is like nursemaids, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? They come in and they give your pills. You know what I'm saying? And then they leave. And I'm
Which
like,
I told you not to take. I told you don't take them pills.
Excuse me. I've had 2 pills all of my life. Alex, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Excuse me, there are 7 pills. I have no idea what is this pill doing. What is it going to listen? I haven't been to a pill person in a matter of long time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And to the point where, excuse me, doctor, can you tell me what this pill is for? Excuse me, doctor, what pill do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Look, for the last 3 years, I have been caught up in the system. This has been 3 years. I'm caught up in this system. Alex, go talk. Talk, Alex.
No, I mean, for 3 years, this is the reality. This has been our lives. So, but specifically her life. She can call us. We can't call her. That's been the reality since 2023. Wow.
Alex,
that room that she's sitting in, she's there every day, all hours of the day.
Why nobody doing nothing about
she's not
this?
getting proper sunlight. I went to New York in October to visit her, and the level of security and the level of questions that there were in terms of who am I, why am I here, what's the purpose? I mean, it was absolutely just horrible.
You know, Alex, we sent Lauren LaRosa, who works here on the Breakfast Club. You know, I connected her with Wendy a couple of days ago. Lauren went up there yesterday. And tell them what happened, Lauren.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Alex, was it like this for you? When I got there, the people at the front were very aware that Wendy was there. They had me sign in. Her name was in the system. They had to call Sabrina to even see if I could go up there, even though Wendy was on the phone with me when I arrived, and she let them know, hey, this is my guest. I want to see her. I'll even come down. Please have someone bring me down. Because as she said, she can't get in the elevator nor leave her room without them unlocking things for her.
Wow.
They were aware of that, and everything was fine. And I was waiting. They called Sabrina a couple times, and she didn't answer the phone when they called. And then all of a sudden, things just like flipped. These like men came out, and they're like, "Who are you? What are you here for?" I told them who I was. I told them I was there to see Wendy. They said, "We don't have anyone here by that name."
Oh, wow.
They never said to me.
Did you believe that?
No, I didn't make. Did I not make it upstairs? They basically told me I didn't even feel comfortable still being in the lobby the way that I was treated. Like, it was insane, especially being as though Wendy was on the phone with me when I walked in, and she spoke to the concierge herself and said, "I want to see this person. She is here for me." And then these people are like, "She's not even here. What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "I dealt with your colleagues that had me sign in for her. She's in your system, so you're going to tell me she's not here?"
Wow.
Or did you speak to Sabrina as well? Because they said that was protocol. You have to call Sabrina first. We don't know Sabrina, and we don't know Wendy. She's not here. They said that to me multiple times.
Wow.
You know,
and it's scary. It's very scary.
Did you feel like she?
Forward this song.
Yeah. And you all, what you're hearing now, this is a few-minute clip of what we've been dealing with for the last several months and the last 2-3 years.
Wow.
Like, what the hell?
Like, she can get moved, and we may not even know where she is.
Wow.
That was the reality of where she was during the documentary. We weren't permitted to go see her. So this whole documentary aired. Nobody's able to call her. Nobody's able to see her. The reason why I was doing the stuff with The View and Good Morning America was because she was nowhere to be found.
Wow. In the meantime,
what are we going to do about that?
Listen, here's the weird thing, right? And while you're on The View, right, I got the telephone number. I could call Joy Behar, but my number is with The Guardian. I could call my friend Rosanna Scotto. I could call Fat Joe. I could call Alex. My number is not in storage, but my Guardian person has my phone.
Wow.
God damn.
Alex, let me ask you a question.
Has had it for 3 years, by the way.
She's had your phone for 3 years, and she got control of all your bank accounts and everything?
Dang.
Wow. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Now, Alex,
but that's what the news report said. The news report said she has control of your bank accounts and everything.
Besides the Instagram and social media, who can we write? Who can we stay on top of? Whether it's her boss, what agency? Because this has to go bigger than just social media.
You want me to? I'll send people up there.
Please.
We got the address. You want me to I'll put the address out there right now.
Well, let's not send people up there.
We have a mob outside of that facility.
Yeah, we can pick it outside. You can pick it outside and do that outside.
Do not do that.
But do we have an email?
Oh my God! No! You know what? Please.
I was there yesterday. Do not do that.
No, not there. To Sabrina's place.
Do we have an email for Sabrina that we can email and just have people say, "Yo, what's going on? What's up?" But by the way,
can I tell you?
Yes, go ahead.
Can I tell you something? That other than when I was able to purchase like a whole bunch of like, I got like nail polish and lipstick and things like that. Otherwise, because I'm here in New York, Guardian has somebody get me like nail polish, like the normal things that I like. Like, I need a new hairbrush, please. Go out and get it for me and bring it back. Oh no, this is not the one that I want, but I guess this is the one that I'm forced to use. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about eyelashes? What about eyelashes?
But look, I'm the full hair, makeup, and wardrobe person.
When
You know
I
what I'm
walked in
saying?
yesterday, she said, she was stories up. She saw me at the window. She said, "Is that a Chanel bag?" I said, "Wendy, how you see that?"
Wendy been getting Chanel
I
bags for
said,
years.
"Ain't nothing incapacitated about that." She spotted that bag from the floors up. Okay.
Excuse me, I have a Chanel with me, but I also have an Hermes with me right here. Look.
Okay.
Who doesn't love labels, darling?
Cut it out. You got $15. Cut it out. Listen, Wendy's attorney, Linda Relisky, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. She made a contribution. This is what I heard. She made a contribution to the judge after she was assigned to your case.
Really?
Isn't that a conflict of interest, Alex?
I would say so. Yes, absolutely.
Oh my God.
There you have it.
Oh my God.
And I'd be happy for somebody to prove me wrong and tell me why.
Wow.
Give me the facts as to why that's not.
Alex, I have one more question for you. And when you can chime in too. How does this affect her health? Because I know we followed her journey with like Graves' disease and stuff like that. But like being emotionally distressed like this, that can't be good for her just health wise. And that's supposed to be the point of the conservatorship. So what's that like?
Yeah, imagine you're sitting in a space every single day. You're not getting sunlight. You're not able to leave your place. You can't see people. You can't just have free conversation. You do this day in and day out for months and for years at a time. Emotionally and mentally, that breaks you down in ways that I can't even imagine. We know that. There have been stories.
Can I tell you something? And this is a fact. I asked the other day, I said, listen, my thyroid, I want to go to the person that I've been going to for years. I got her name, you know what I'm saying? And that is who I want to go to. Again, you know what I'm saying? Because thyroid I've had for 24 years. I found out about thyroid, around the time, at the time that I was trying to get pregnant, and my son is 24. So that's how I can, tell, my thyroid. Anyway, and she told me that I wouldn't be going there because my pill for thyroid is perfect. The pill that I have for thyroid is perfect. I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? Look, this is my life, people. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? This is my goddamn life.
And there's so many different little things that we could talk about. And that's why it feels as though almost there's so many tabs open in our heads at one time, because it truly is a story that's unbelievable. The bottom line is Maya hasn't had, we talked about this yesterday, she hasn't had, from what I understand, a medical evaluation to see if her rights can be restored. And it seems as though that instead of this guardian, Sabrina, working with her, it seems as though she's made it difficult every which way for my aunt to be able to live any sort of healthy, independent life. Wow. And, it's almost as if she doesn't want my aunt to show that she's healthy and independent. Because as we know about these guardianships, and as my aunt has said, the system's broken. Because the longer she's under this guardianship, the longer they have the keys to her life, for her personal, her financial, her emotional, everything. And so that's the reality of the guardianship system. It's overloaded. There's a reason why they're looking at the New York guardianship system right now. There's a reason why lawmakers are calling on state leaders to reform this system. It's because it's broken. And it's a shame that we're in this place. I know I'm getting really emotionally charged right now, but this is how sickening it is and how tired I am of having to talk about this and have these conversations with my aunt, because it's not just her, and thank God that we have platforms like this, that we can go on and we can talk about this. But there is a lack of scrutiny across the board. We know there's a lack of funding. There are too few guardians for the amount of people under this system, and as a result, a lot of things go unchecked. There's a lot of neglect, as well as, obviously, we know as well, financial exploitation of some of the most vulnerable people. That's the reality. Those are facts. It's written in print. And my aunt is one of those people
one of the over 28,000 people under guardianship in New York. She's one of those people that's under this situation. So yes, this is about her. Yes, we want her back. Yes, we want her freed. Yes, we want her to live with dignity and be able to move on with her life. But her story is a fight that many other people are going through as well, and they don't have the resources. So imagine where they stand at this point. And that's why I'm so passionate about this. You know, enough is enough.
Alex, you brought up something that they brought up in the A&E lawsuit. It said the documentarians have not spoken positively about Williams' guardianship. There's a bill in the New York legislature right now that's designed to curb guardian abuse and prevent guardians from restricting access to family members. That's what the executive producer, Mark Ford, told Vulture in February 2024. I'm not sure where that bill stands, but this is a perfect illustration of a family that wants to be in touch, wants to be involved, but for whatever reason, can't. So that's really the purpose of this phone call, just to let everybody know that Wendy Williams is currently trapped in a conservatorship. That's right. And she's not cognitively impaired. She's not incapacitated. She's just being taken advantage of.
And also remember, I feel like I'm in prison. I am definitely isolated. You know what I'm saying? And to talk to these people who, like I said, who live here, that is not my cup of tea.
Phone call, live phone call. It's a phone call.
But I keep the door closed.
So, this bring me to this. You know what I mean? I ain't getting that bond. So, Wendy Williams is in a bad state. And when you do your family like this, because a lot I want to know is, why isn't a person in her family her guardian? So when people, and Wendy Williams, I'm here to say, is not of age, whereas though I think that guardian stuff play a major role in her life. She's 60 years old. Now 60 years old might look old as fuck to a 24-year-old. But in reality, 60, you like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Your parents or your aunt or uncle turned 60, they got that 10-year stretch with you. Now, if you just said Wendy Williams in a mid-70s, 75 years old, you know what I'm saying? She ain't remembering stuff, cool, but 60 years old is that 10-year stretch until your golden years. You know what I mean? 60 is the retirement year. 60 is when you do trips that you never did before. 60 is when, you know what I'm saying, you kind of like really enjoy life from a, you know what I mean, a older person's standpoint. You know what I mean? 60, you know what I mean? Between the age of 60 to, early 70s is when they moving around. You know what I'm saying? When you get in your 70s, you be more laid back in the house, trip accordingly, more, religious bound. But 60 years old, confined to a place where your family can't go to, you got security and guards, it's like they say a luxury jail. Now, I mean, yeah, bro, it's a vibe age, bro. You see 60-year-olds all the time, bro. That lady supposed to be in a drop top blowing a joint because she worth money. And I knew it was something crazy with someone. She don't have no money. People in control of your money, but she got a 24-year-old son. She got a niece that look like she's well educated and very competent. She has things going on that I'm like, yo, Wendy, you have an ex-husband. Do your husband agree with this? Who that you know in your life that you truly love and adore that's allowing this to go on with you? You have a 24-year-old son. You just went to his graduation. You shouldn't even have to go back there. Fucking guardian can't tell me what to do with my life at 60 years old with my son right here saying he got me. So one thing about it is I hear our cry for help. So I'm saying, if you're a fan of black journalism, Wendy Williams in any type of way, you know what I mean, show love and speak out against this. I'm against it 100%. But at the end of the day, it's weird to me. It's weird to me. And what I'm saying is, if what's happening to her is fucked up, but how did she get in this situation? How did she get in the situation? You got your niece up there flying from Miami. You got your son just graduated. You know what I mean? Like, how did you get in this facility? How did nobody want to be your caretaker? I think when you get in a situation, the person get old, the family has first dibs. You know what I mean? To put that person in a house and have somebody to watch over them while they're in the comforts of their own home. A caretaker in my house is cool. But she has a well son and an ex-husband. My grandparents at 60 still went swimming, even did ski. Yes. At 60, and you 60 rich. And then you 60 rich and you Wendy Williams, your career not over yet. You just can't tell me it's not a crowd of people that want to hear Wendy. Wendy can do podcasting and vlogging and to take off like how Shannon Sharp do. You know what I mean? Real talk. Like, she could do so much to generate money. Like, she can host events. She's always going to have the juice. She got unlimited access to journalists and networks. Like, come on, man. That lady, why is this lady got a person overseeing her and she has a family? What her ex-husband think about this? Even though y'all broke up and it's over with, like, bruh, like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Hit that notification button, hit that like button, drop a like. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Like this video, push it into the algorithm because I'm devastated about Aunt Wendy. Like, because I'm like, yo, I want to get to it. Like, okay, we get it. Charlemagne on top of this, TMZ on top of this. So now it's becoming a public crowd for help. Her caretaker got to know that the fire under her ass. You know what I mean? Wait, isn't this the same shit that happened to Stan Lee? He was alive. His family didn't do shit, and his guardian was essentially obsessed and control. Yeah. Yep. Yep. But in her, I just think the guardian's living off of Wendy money and just putting her on the shelf and not letting her have a voice. And that's not the way that you should do things. That's not the way that you should do things. That's just not right. That's just not right. You know what I mean? That's just not right at all. And I don't like it. You know what I mean? I don't like it. I don't respect it. And it's fucked up. And it's like, yo, you know, even though our son 24, he's young. He don't know. But now, you know, you got enough common sense to graduate from college. You should have enough common sense to know that your mother being treated some type of way. That's your mother. You know what I mean? Yeah, elder abuse is crazy. And I don't even look at Wendy Williams like an elder. She's an older person, but 60 years old. And this has been going on for 3 years. So this was going on when she was in her late 50s. I thought Wendy Williams had caught dementia or something, and I thought that she you know, was kind of like, you know, off, like how, you know, my grandmother was when she was 90 years old. I thought it just hit her early. But now to hear this, to know that that lady, ain't nothing wrong with that lady, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that lady. You know, she was just talking trash a few years ago. Like she was normal, and now it's like the last 4 years, it's just been difficult for. I don't understand how you get a guardian and you're not fucked up. I don't understand. Maybe it was the substance abuse. Maybe she was going crazy. Everybody's saying, hey, she had a guardian. Y'all did it. What we saying is she need to get back in court. She need to get in court. She need to move the fuck out of New York. And if our niece down Miami, wherever our son just graduated from Florida, she need to go down Florida, find a nice, beautiful retirement community. She needs a guardian to look out for and make sure she gets the things that she need, meaning a private chef, private duty nurse, you know what I mean? And she can go see that water and she can put that computer back in her lap and start vlogging and making money and do what she loved to do. That's what I hope for Aunt Wendy. Like, I don't think she should be in no fucking building in New York that's guarded. Like, how are you being in a building with super guards and people can't come see you? That's different, bro. That's weird as fuck. And this been going on for the last 4 years, and your son and your family knowing this, and now it's finally they speaking out. And I hope something is done immediately for this lady. And by the way, they did. She still got the juice. 1.6 million views in 4 days. Wendy still got the juice. People want to hear from Wendy Williams. Wendy, what I'm getting at is Wendy Williams. To me, her career is not done. And like I told you, I was wondering what the fuck is going on with Wendy. But when you open them doors at the top, it's weird shit that go on. And she got a big mouth. And there's a reason that they wanted it closed. But now it's been closed for too long. And now everybody getting involved. So, you know what I mean? Before the summer, I hope everything plays out and Wendy get out of that situation, man. But listen, man, hit that like button, man. Let me get a like, man. I've been tapped in since early this morning. Where the likes at, man? Where the likes, where the support for the channel at? This is the same shit they did to Stan Lee. It was for his money. His guardian even controlled what he said. Sadly, he passed after it was exposed and before everything could be done. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's tough. I don't like it at all. That's tough. It shouldn't be done. Nobody should treat it like that. One thing I'm definitely against is abusing kids and old people. Like, that's not it. You know what I mean? Service to humanity is the best work of life. And our people that's blessed to see the age of 60, 70, 80, 90, even 100 plus, we should protect them. You know what I mean? 60 is the age once a person start to be 60. That's just the, you know what I mean? They the old owl, you know what I'm saying? So we hoping they get they 40 when you hit 60. We hitting 60 like, man, that's a blessing from Allah. I'm blessing you with your 40. I hope you get 40 more. You know what I mean? I believe all of us should live to see 100 plus. That's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? All of us should supposed to at least make it to 90 something. You know? And I feel like all of us should be peaceful when we pass. Like, we shouldn't be murdered. We shouldn't have overdoses. Like, we should just live of old age and then, you know what I mean? Just having that beautiful dream with the smile on your face and just go ahead and fade. With all your priorities taken care of, and the generation can live on and on and on, and the memories will never fade because, you know what I mean? We own things, man. But hey, if you like what I'm talking about, please, 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 please like this video. Subscribe to my channel, man. Got nothing but great content. I thank everybody for tapping in this morning. I covered a little bit of everything. Later on this evening, I'm going to cover Donald Trump inauguration. I got some running around to do. It's Monday. Got to shovel. A little bit of little ugly little snow breeze came through. So I got to shovel out. But I'm going to get busy. But, man, before I get out of here, if you just tapping in, please drop your area code in the state you from, man. I like to shout out everybody that tapped in. There's been a few people tapping in this morning. I do this morning show every day. You know what I mean? I'm up in the morning, so please just tap in. Tap in. Tell me where you from. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's go, man. Where y'all from, man? Where y'all from? Ain't gonna sit here and beg. I ain't gonna sit here and beg to entertain. There's already 22 people here and I couldn't get a like. Vegas, what up, Vegas? What's good? Like this video, man. Like this video. Share this video for me out Vegas. Hey, if you do promotion, any type of thing, the Sweet Ribbon, Rocket the Sweet Ribbon, anything out Vegas, man, book me, man. I fly out. Trying to do live podcasts in one place. I know for sure that I'm gonna do a live podcast. It's Kansas. Kansas City, Missouri. I know I'm going there to do a live podcast. Is they a big support? I know Cali. I'm gonna have to go out Cali and do some podcast work. Like it's some free supporters in here. Vegas definitely on the map because you definitely be tapping in with me. Anybody else, man? Where y'all from, man? Tell me what state you from. What state tapping in? 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 But hit that notification button. Hit that subscribe button. If you just tapping in, bro, just hit the like button. Walk in the front door, hit the like button, man. Or just listen to 5 minutes of the podcast and then hit the like button and comment or whatever. I talk back, man. But you already know what it is. Raw dope podcast. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. Let's go. Run these numbers up, man. Push this video into the algorithm. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the content creators. Shout out to the whole DMV, Baltimore. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Yes. Thank you, bro. Subscribe. I'm trying to get to 10K, man. Help me get to 10K. Share this video, man. On my way to 10K, man. On my way to 10K, bro. That's what I'm doing. I'm speaking into existence. On my way to 10K. Trying to get to 10K. Please subscribe to my channel, man. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. Raw Dope Podcast Vlog. I'm out.